Here's a question most men with beard frustrations have never actually asked themselves. What if the beard you've been trying to grow has been fighting 8 specific habits you didn't know were working against it? Not genetics, not time, habits. Daily, automatic, completely unconscious habits that feel like normal grooming, but are actively damaging the beard they're supposed to be maintaining. The man who washes his beard with whatever soap is already in the shower. The man who combs through dry beard hair every morning without thinking about it. The man who's bought product after product trying to fix a beard problem that the products themselves are causing. These aren't unusual men. They're most men. And the reason the beard never responds the way they expect isn't that the beard can't. It's that 8 specific obstacles have been standing in the way the entire time. This video removes all 8. By the end, you'll recognize at least 3 habits in your own routine. And the man who changes all 8 starts seeing a different beard within weeks. The daily damage nobody notices. Mistake 1. Washing your beard with regular shampoo or body wash. This is the mistake most men make every single day and never connect to why their beard feels rough, grows slowly, or stays patchy. Regular shampoo and body wash contain sulfates, the same harsh detergents covered in the DIY shampoo video, that are formulated to strip everything off the skin and hair. On your scalp, that's already aggressive. On your beard, where the skin underneath is thinner and more sensitive, and the hair is coarser and more fragile than scalp hair, it's significantly more damaging. Every wash with regular soap strips the natural oils your beard follicles produce to protect and moisturize the hair. Those oils don't come back fully between washes. Over weeks and months of daily stripping, the beard hair becomes brittle, the skin underneath dries and flakes, and the follicle environment becomes increasingly hostile to healthy growth. The fix is a dedicated beard wash, something formulated specifically for the coarser hair and more sensitive skin of the beard zone. Not a face wash, not a shampoo, a beard wash. That distinction matters because each of those 3 products is formulated for a different skin and hair type, and none of the other 2 is right for your beard. Mistake 2. Working with your beard completely dry. This covers 2 habits in one because they share the same root problem. Moisturizing before any beard manipulation isn't optional. It's the difference between training beard hair and breaking it. When you comb, brush, or style a dry beard, the hair has no slip. Every tangle the comb hits gets pulled through rather than released. Every pass of the brush creates friction on strands that have no protective moisture layer. And for black men specifically, the tight coil of beard hair means there are significantly more natural curl points per inch, each one a stress point, where the dry strand is most likely to snap during manipulation. The same principle applies to styling dry. Beard hair that's styled without moisture doesn't hold its shape or direction because the strand is too rigid and brittle to respond to training. Apply a light oil or leave in moisture to your beard before any combing, brushing, or styling. Every time without exception. It takes 30 seconds and it's the single change that reduces beard breakage most dramatically. Mistake 3. Trimming a dry beard. This one specifically affects the evenness of your trim results. Dry beard hair is inconsistently expanded. Some strands are naturally coarser and sit wider, some finer and sit narrower, and dry trimming cuts them at different relative lengths. When the beard is moisturized and the hair is in its most consistent hydrated state, the trim lines come out even because all the strands are in comparable condition. Dry trimming creates a result that looks clean immediately, but reveals unevenness within 2 to 3 days as the hair settles. Always trim after washing and a light moisture application. Damp but not wet, when the hair is consistent and the lines you create are the lines you'll actually live with. The grooming technique errors. Mistake 4. Setting your neckline too high. This mistake is so common it has become normalized. Most men with beards have their neckline set too high without knowing it, and most barbers default to a high neckline unless specifically instructed otherwise. The neckline should sit roughly 1 finger width above the Adam's apple, curving naturally up toward each ear. When it's set higher than this, which is what happens during most standard lineups, the beard appears to float above the neck rather than connecting naturally to the face. The visual effect is a beard that looks like it's sitting on the face rather than growing from it, and the face looks shorter and rounder as a result because the beard doesn't extend the natural jawline downward. From this point forward, before your barber touches your neckline, place 1 finger horizontally above your Adam's apple and tell him, "The line stays here." That instruction changes the entire proportion of your beard. Mistake 5. Using the wrong tool for your beard's current length. Most men pick a beard tool and use it indefinitely, regardless of how much the beard has grown. A stiff, boar bristle brush works well on a short beard. The bristles reach the skin, stimulate circulation, and distribute oil effectively when the hair is close to the face. The same brush on a medium or long beard creates more damage than benefit. The bristles can't reach through the length to the skin, they create friction through the longer strands instead of distributing oil through them, and they don't detangle effectively. A medium-length beard needs a wide tooth comb that separates strands without pulling. A longer beard may need a combination of comb for detangling and brush for finishing. The tool should evolve with the beard. If you've had the same brush for 2 years and your beard has grown significantly in that time, the tool you're using hasn't kept up with what your beard actually needs. Mistakes 6 to 7. The product mistakes. Mistake 6. Using heavy petroleum-based products on your beard and the skin beneath it. Petroleum products sit on the surface rather than absorbing. They don't penetrate the hair strand to moisturize it, and they don't absorb into the skin to nourish the follicle. What they do is coat everything in a layer that traps whatever is underneath it. Dirt, dead skin, bacteria, against the follicle opening. For black men, this creates a specific and significant problem. Black beard hair has a tight coil pattern that makes it significantly more prone to curling back into the skin after trimming or shaving. When the follicle opening is partially blocked by heavy product buildup and the coiled hair tries to exit the follicle, it can't exit cleanly. It curls into the skin instead, creating the ingrown hairs and folliculitis that are disproportionately common in black men's beard zones. The blocked follicle environment is the cause, and the petroleum product is the contributor. The build-up diagnostic. Hold your beard hair between 2 fingers and run them down a section. If you feel a tacky, waxy, or gummy resistance on the hair, that's product buildup sitting on the strand. If the hair feels smooth and the fingers slide cleanly, the product is absorbing correctly. That's the check. Do it weekly, and it tells you whether your current product is working with your beard or sitting on top of it. Mistake 7. Product and residue accumulation without adequate washing. Even the right products accumulate over time. Twice weekly washing removes the buildup before it becomes visible or damaging. Men who wash their beard once a week or less are allowing 5 to 6 days of product, sebum, and environmental residue to accumulate against the follicle before clearing it. That accumulation between washes creates the dull appearance, the persistent itching, and the follicle environment problems that no amount of new product can fix, because the new product is being applied on top of the old residue rather than on a clean base. Wash twice a week. Every other wash can be a lighter cleanse, but the cycle of application and thorough removal needs to run at least twice weekly to keep the follicle environment clean enough to support the growth and density you're working toward. If you've recognized at least 3 of these in your own routine already, subscribe. The last mistake is the one with the longest term consequences, and the one most men never address because they don't know it's happening. Stay with me. Mistake 8. Ignoring ingrown hairs until they become a problem. Ingrown hairs in the beard zone are significantly more common in black men than in any other demographic, and the reason is structural, not cosmetic. The tight coil of black beard hair means that after trimming or shaving, the hair is more likely to curl back toward the skin as it grows, rather than growing straight outward. When it reaches the skin surface, it curves back in rather than piercing through, and the follicle responds to the embedded hair as a foreign body. Inflammation, redness, sometimes pustules that can cause scarring if left untreated. Ignoring an ingrown hair doesn't make it resolve. It makes it deeper, more inflamed, and more likely to leave permanent follicle damage that shows up as a small bald spot in the beard zone. The correct response to an ingrown hair is a warm compress applied for 5 minutes to soften the skin and reduce inflammation, followed by very gentle exfoliation of the area. Do not pick at it. Do not try to extract it with your fingers or nails. If the hair is close enough to the surface to see the loop under the skin, a sterile needle to gently lift the tip is appropriate and significantly less damaging than squeezing. If the area is significantly inflamed, painful, or develops into a pustule that doesn't resolve in a week, that's the boundary for professional care. A dermatologist or GP can prescribe a topical antibiotic that resolves it cleanly without the scarring risk that comes from leaving it or attempting aggressive home extraction. Prevention: single blade razor for the neckline, trimming with the grain rather than against it, and keeping the beard skin moisturized reduces the frequency significantly. But the prevention only works if the follicle environment is clean, which brings everything back to mistakes 1 through 7. Every mistake on this list feeds the others. The corrected routine daily. Light oil on fingertips before any combing or brushing. Wide tooth comb to detangle from ends. Up, shape as needed. Twice weekly. Dedicated beard wash, followed by moisture application while damp. Monthly. Condition-based trim assessment and ingrown hair zone check. I use the Ocean View Deep Waves Beard Bath for the wash step, formulated specifically for beard hair and the skin beneath it. It cleans without the stripping that's been setting most men's routines back from day 1. 8 mistakes, most of them unconscious, all of them fixable starting tonight. The beard you've been frustrated with hasn't been failing you. It's been trying to grow through 8 specific obstacles that your routine has been placing in its way every single day. Remove the obstacles and the beard responds. Not dramatically overnight, but week by week, in the texture, the density, the definition, and the absence of the problems that have been making the beard feel unreliable. The genetics question gets asked when everything else has been optimized. Most men asking it haven't optimized anything yet. Tonight, you start. Tell me in the comments, which mistake number hit you the hardest? I want to see which ones most people are recognizing in their own routines. If you know someone who's been frustrated with their beard and cycling through products looking for the answer, send them this video. The answer isn't a new product. It's stopping 8 things they're already doing. Subscribe if you haven't. Beard care, hair care, wave care, all of it, covered every week for black men who take their appearance seriously. I'll catch you in the next one.